One of 4.03 assignment overview, where I go over the questions that are in your assignment. We are going to compute area and perimeter with coordinates. Remember in our lesson we talked about the distance formula. So in your first question, what is the perimeter of rectangle QRST? You're going to need to determine the length of QR and the length of RS. Because it tells you it's a rectangle, you do not assume, or you know. Okay, so we never want to assume that the base and the height are the same unless it tells us. So since it says it's a rectangle, we know that the base and the height are going to be the same as its parallel side. Okay, so we don't need to determine all four sides here. We just need to determine one. So go ahead and plug in your information, do the math right here, and find the value of both of these sides, and then multiply both of those sides by 2 and add them together. Dr. Chavez drew a rectangle on a coordinate plane to estimate the size of a lake. Each unit on the plane represents 1 mile. The coordinates of the rectangle are at the origin. Okay, so one of them is 0, 7.65, and the other one is 12.8 and 7.65 and 12.8 and 0. Okay, so we've got a rectangle here. They've given us 3 measurements. If you'd like, you can draw it out. If it ever seems a little bit confusing, draw it out. Okay, so here's a coordinate plane. Here's the origin right here. Notice that I have this at the origin and this at the origin. Okay, so that means that one of my sides is going to be right here, and the other one is going to be right here. So now I've got this measurement. That means that this is here. Okay, so this tells me that I have 0, and 7.65 here. I have 12.8 and 7.65 here. And I have 12.8 and 0 here. So I can plug that information in and find my perimeter. Now, what is the perimeter of triangle ABC with vertices at 11, 4, negative 11, 4, negative 7, 8, and negative 4, 4. So go ahead and plug in this information. Round only your final answer to the nearest tenth. So take a snippet of this if you need to use it to do your math. But here is line AB, measurement, line BC, measurement, and then CA's measurement. What is the perimeter of pentagon ABCDE with the given vertices? Notice that this pentagon is not a regular pentagon. So you are going to need to determine each side. Another way that you can do it, we've been drawing it out, but another way that you could do it is you could say, you know what? Here's number 1 and number 2 of AB. And then you could say, here's number 1 and number 2 of BC. And here's number 1 and number 2 of CD. Notice you've got 5 sides. So far we have 3. We'll use black this time. Number 1 and number 2 of DE. Are you like, oh, wait, how's she going to get the 5th side? Well, I'm going to circle back around and let's use blue and use EA to give us our 5th side. Take a snippet of this if you need to. Please let me know if you have any questions. The easiest way to do it is to send me a snippet of what you are working on and where you're stuck so that I can see where you're getting confused. You can either text that snippet to me or you can send it to me via email.